I'm Gayatri, our course database management systems, and the topic is aggregate functions. So, at the end of this session, we will be able to know what are the aggregate functions and what are the types of functions. And here, the types of aggregate functions. Before that, okay, wait. Aggregate functions. So, aggregate function is used to perform some calculations on multiple rows on a single column table, and it returns single value and also use it to summarize the data. So in next slide, what is done we will see. The types of aggregate functions are mainly count, sum, average, max, and mean. These are the aggregate functions. The first, count function. Count function is used to count the number of rows in a database table. So this is a table. So in this table, this is used to count the number of rows. Okay, number of rows in a table. For example, here work with both numeric data type and as well as the non-numeric data type also. So this is the syntax. Select count star from table name, and second syntax is that select count column name from the table. What is the table name? Okay, so this table name is replaced with what is the table name we are working with, and the column name is deals with what is the column name in our table. Okay, here this is the example. Select count EID. So EID from the employee table. So this is the table employee table. From that table, you have to select count of EID. Okay. So the answer is count MID. So that is nothing but 3. So in this employee table, you have to count the EID. So here the count is used to count the number of rows. Row 1 and row 2 and the row 3. Answer is 3. Similarly, select count star from employees. So this star returns the count of all rows in the specified table. So in this table, the number of rows are 1, 2, and 3. So the result is that count is equals to 3. And next one, the function sum. So it is used to calculate the sum of all selected columns. So here the syntax is select sum of column name from the table name. So here this is the example name select sum. So sum of the column name is salary from the table employee. So from this employee table you have to count the column salary. So here the answer result is that the average is that 20,000. So normally the function average function is nothing but the number of rows. Okay, the total number of rows by the number of rows. The sum of the rows by the number of rows. Here 20,000 plus 15,000 plus 25,000. So that is nothing but 60,000. Okay, 60,000. So for example, so here, okay, no need to draw. Here it is somewhat difficult to make. So here 20,000 plus 15,000 plus 25,000 is equals to 60,000 divided by 1, 2, 3. Okay, so equals to the result is the 20,000. Okay, na? So next one is max function. So actually max function returns the maximum value from the selected column. Okay, so it is used to find the maximum value of a certain column. So here we are selected the column is that salary column. So this is the syntax select max of column name from table name. Okay. So in this, select, this is the example, select max salary, max from the column salary, from the table employee. So here we are working with employee table, and in that table we are working with salary column. So in that the maximum value, so 20,000 and 15,000 and 25,000, among these values 25,000 is the maximum value, then the output is that 25,000 is max. So this max will return the maximum value from that certain column. Next one is minimum. Similar to the maximum, so here it returns the minimum value from the certain column. Here the syntax is select minimum of column name from table name. Here we are working with the column name is the salary from the employee table. Select minimum of salary from employee table. So from among these salary of three rows, so it returns the smallest value. Okay. Among from 20,000, 15,000 and 25,000, 15,000 is the smallest value, then it returns the 15,000. So this is the description about all functions what we are used and used already. So here average returns the average value in a column, and count returns the number of rows in a column, and first returns the first value from the selected column. So the syntax is that first select first column name from table name, and last, similar to the first, last will returns the last value in a selected column. The syntax is that select last column name from table name, and max returns the largest value in a column, in a selected column, and min returns the smallest value in a selected column, and sum returns the sum of all values in a column. And here, what are the expected questions are the short answers are the aggregate functions. What is aggregate functions? I mentioned the different types of aggregate functions. And second one is the basic syntax of all aggregate functions. And the long answer is from this, define aggregate function, explain different types of aggregate functions with examples, as well as sometimes ask syntax and that example also. So this is the wording glossary. Count returns the number of rows in a column. Sum returns all the values, sum of all the values, and min returns the smallest value in a column. Max returns the largest value in a column. Average returns the average value in a column, and first returns the first value in a column, and last returns the last value in a column. So all of you clear about this, I think. Thank you.